But I do have to say that, yeah, okay. So I'm gonna have to wait a little bit more, but I can at least talk. So I actually played this back, I don't know, when did I play this? I think at least 92. It was shortly after, but I've seen things with good old Nintendo Power and all that, and I'm like, okay, this looks kind of interesting, because they mostly showed the side-scrolling aspect of it and not too much of the sim, so they're like, I played it, I'm like, okay, cool. They throw a good thing in here, and then they throw it in the simulation, I'm like, wow, this is quite interesting. It's like very much like SimCity. Very, I know, it's more of an easier thing than SimCity, but still along the same lines of SimCity. Which is good, because that SimCity was right on the NES. And I haven't played it for like, literally years, but actually we're talking, I guess, more like decades. I haven't played it. I played it like shortly after it came out, and I haven't played it since, so I should go back to it. And I wonder if I remember anything from it. And yep, these guys are coming back, they're good. I have 1, 2, 3 more squares, and then I have to just wait until they're not going to build anymore. Because I am not going to reach a max population in this. I'm not going to reach it, like I said, until I beat Act 2. But I was actually quite surprised with this game, actually. It was very interesting for what it was. It wasn't like anything kind of RPG based, but it has RPG elements. And it's not a side-scroller, full side-scroller, like the second one, but it's also a simulation. It blends two genres that you don't normally would think would work in a game, which is side-scrolling action and a simulation game. But it works incredibly well. And that's what I've actually noticed about Quintet games, is that they have interesting stuff to go with their games. Not just the story. The story is kind of... Their stories are kind of odd and very much connected. Like this one connects somehow to the trilogy of the Gaia trilogy, which I'll get into a lot later on if I do those games. But it does have a lot of... They have like odd hints from it, which is good, because it was very much of like an interesting thing. Like, I don't want to go on games today, but they just, and this is going to be kind of like, I guess, a miniature rant on games today, is that in game developers, it's just they just don't... The major, we're talking about the major ones, not the independent ones, because independent ones, they do what I'm going to be pretty much ranting about with the major ones. The major ones don't really take a risk anymore. They just do what sells, basically. And that's it. Like back in the Nintendo day, the Super Nintendo day, I guess a little bit of 64, and even like the PlayStation, like the early consoles, you had stuff that really didn't make any sense, and it's a hit or miss, but sometimes those misses turn into friggin' cult classics. Like, I'd say, like Enix, before they merged with Square, did some really interesting stuff. Not just Dragon Quest and Dragon Warrior. They did some interesting stuff, and even into the PlayStation era. Like, I don't want to get into, this is like a whole thing of, games were so great back in the day, and they're like kind of right now, but that's pretty much me in my retro ways, and oh well. But anyway, that's the thing, and these guys are still going, holy cow. Like, I'm pretty sure that's it for now. Okay, I want to cut that off. I might continue like in the next simulation mode about this because it's a good thing to talk about, but I can't do it during the action stages because I got to focus on this. Is that it? Yes, it is. Okay, so we're going to be collecting my offerings before I go. We're not going to get the arrows or the bomb, but we're going to kill the bridges, yes. So we need it for later on. And we're going to get the source of magic, yep. That's our magic point. And we get another magic point. And then we're going to get the magical fire. Fantastic. Which is our first magic spell. Alright. So we're going to back to the Sky Palace. And we are going to select our magic because I sometimes forget to select my magic. So our magical fire, even though we don't have... It's not the greatest magic spell, but it's good for now. And I would say, but I don't want to. So we're just going to go fight some monsters. We're going to fight that Minotaurus down that hole. So let's go down that hole. Where we end up, no one bloody well knows. So, here we go. Fillmore Act 2. Music. I'd say it doesn't really start out too impressive, but I do have to say it eventually does become very impressive. Like, type of eerie type of stage music that really kind of grows on you. So I definitely have to say that the level design and the art design in this is fantastic. I have no idea, like I have to say that this was close to like a Nintendo launch game, or might be a Nintendo launch game, or Super Nintendo launch game. And it still blows me away to this day. Like, this looks like if it was a game that was released well into the Super Nintendo era. And it just blows me away on the graphical calculation, the capable of this. So if you did want to grind for points, you pretty much do the way that I was doing, and you pretty much just go up again. Or if you want to go, you can go down here again and just do it all over again. Going up there, and just go around and around and around for points. But this is Act 2, you don't really need to go grinding for points unless you have to. There's an apple. So spikes are not really instant kill in this one, and I do have to say that guy, that Minotaur in the background, he looks like he's taken a huge crap, and he's got that mean face on there. It's just me, I have to say, but holy cow, that just looks kind of funny. Alright. Didn't want to get hit, but oh well. Alright, let's go down here, let's jump over this. I didn't know if I was going to make it there. Get 1,000 points here, so... Oh yes, I do have to mention that these crystals ones that I've been hitting for the last stage and a half about now, there are certain items, and then usually there are points, the 500 or 1,000 points. There's apples of half recovers 4 of your life, and then the whole recovers the full. And then there's magic, scrolls of magic, which are only temporary to the stage. The ones you get in the sim stage do get refilled with each new act you go to. So the more scrolls you get in the sim stage, the better you'll be. The ones that you find in the stage itself is only temporary, so I'd suggest using them at the end of the stage or somewhere in the stage. And then you get the source of life, which is the hearts, which are 1-ups. And what else is there? There is like certain key items, which I'll get into later on. So you want to actually kind of clear out all the enemies there, go back, get your apple, and then come up here because we're going to be fighting the good old Minotaurus. which is not that great. You can jump over his axe and just hit him. Jump over, hit him. Or just use the fire and while he uses his axe. And you become temporarily invincible with your magic, so he will pretty much go where you will be, so just pretty much go right there, kill him, and you'll get a flawless victory. Something like that. And there's Fillmore Act 2. Done. And I have enough points to carry me on to get full population. Woohoo! What you got to tell me? Okay. Where's the dude? Oh, that's quite sad. Well, he seemed a little on the psychic side, and yeah. Okay, so pretty much we go to see our points. So here. So we got a total of, and we can actually see it only for our first act, because our score up there is pretty much our current score for pretty much everything. But we got to add our first act with our second act, and if it goes over a certain amount, which I think is, I don't know the exact number, but it is over 23,000, we can get max population for Fillmore. So pretty much we're good. So we pretty much just need to sit back now and let them build. And there is another thing to get max population in this, but I will address that when it comes. The number we're looking for right now is 906. So I might speed it up, or I might not, or I might watch the guy just walking his dog up here, actually. Let's go. Let's see. Can I hit him? Hit him? Can I hit the guy? He disappeared. He's a warlock. He disappeared! Oh my god, he just disappeared. The guy's a warlock. Oh my goodness. Oh, he came back. He came back. You are a warlock. You just came back. Your dog is possessed also, because it went away and it came back. Holy cow. And you did it again! Oh my goodness! You just... Oh my goodness. Do you guys know that your town has a warlock and a, like, ghost dog also? The guy is walking his ghost dog. Yes, look at that. Is it... He disappeared again! Oh my goodness, look at it. He disappeared again, and you're only throwing one person out now? Seriously, that's it? Have I got all the wooden guys? No more level 2 or 1 houses? No, we're good actually, so... Yay! Oh, they're throwing out one guy at a time. Oh my goodness, really? Seriously? Okay, well, minus the ghost dog and the warlock. We're good. We're good. Let's see if we can do max population. Oh, come on. One left. Come on. One guy. Couldn't you just throw 2 people out? Oh my goodness. Seriously. This is what kills me. Is that you're near max and they throw out one guy at a time until you reach max. This is what kills me. Okay, so we got 906. Okay, so our max population for Fillmore is going to be 914, but right now nothing else is going to come out. How you get that last house, which is basically the last house, is basically we got to go with our next town, which is Bloodpool, wait a few rounds, and then somehow magically that house will appear. Don't know how it's actually going to do. It's supposedly a phantom house, maybe from the warlock and his ghost dog up there, but nevertheless, that's why they're walking around, I guess. Who knows? But anyway, let's return to the Sky Palace. Actually, before I do that, see if there's anything useful. Nope. Okay. I'm going to save those because they come in helpful later on. Okay, let's return to the Sky Palace. And yeah, let's go to our next one, which is gonna be good old Blood Pool.